Hey y'all, it's Meso coming into my kitchen today where we're going to be getting ready for the holidays. I'm going to show you how to make a stuffed turkey or hen sous vide style. So let you see what we're working with. I have a whole roaster here, a hen. It weighs 7.73 pounds, almost 8 pounds, and I paid $1.59 for it, a total of $12.29. I went looking for a turkey, couldn't find one, so I will not be defeated. I got a hen instead. So I got the help of my son today, and he's going to be taking this bird off the bone because we're going to do something beautiful with it. We're going to be stuffing it with meat. Mostly meat, y'all. It's gonna be delicious. So what he's doing, he's using a sharp knife and some scissors, and he's just cutting this meat away from the bone. And he has volunteered to do this for me today. Well, I sort of enlisted him, wink wink, and to do this for me because Meso doesn't have as much strength in her hands as she used to have. So but this is a good way to get somebody to help you, get a friend, get your man, get your woman, get somebody to help you if you can't do it yourself. So anyway, he has a sharp knife, he has scissors, and then the rest of it is just cutting right against the bone to get it out. Not going to be hard with the breast, but the legs can be a little bit more tricky. But guess what? You're going to be putting it back together, so it's going to be beautiful. So I'm going to show you this. With the leg, he's taking that knife and hitting it, popping it, and then he's using his hand to break the bone right there. Now he's using scissors and the knife to just get that skin away from the bone, and then he's going to pull that whole bone off. Now there's a method to this madness, because Meso is going to be stuffing this bird, every inch of this bird, all down into the legs, into the wing, everywhere. So we're going to set this bird aside. You can put it in the refrigerator if you want. We're going to set it aside, and we're going to be making our stuffing. Let's see how it's done. So here I have my ingredients. I have some chopped up celery, some chopped up onion, and today I'm going to be taking a little help from stovetop stuffing, savory herb kind. You could use this if you want, or if not, you can make your own bread. I have some sweet Italian sausage and some hot Italian ground sausage, and I have a couple of packs of ground pork here. Now I'm not going to use all of this, but I'm going to be using quite a bit. So I'm going to get it down into the pan. I got a pan here waiting on me, and I'm going to get it down. Now here I'm using a half a pack of that sweet Italian sausage, and I'm using a half a pack of the hot Italian sausage, and the entire pack of my pork. So this is about 2 pounds of meat. Now that's going to stuff the size bird that I'm stuffing and more, because I want some left over, because I want to be, it goes good in sandwiches. You can put some in omelets. There's a lot of things you can do with this meat, because it's really, really, really delicious. So you can use as much as whatever size your bird is. Now with sous vide, I wouldn't do a turkey much bigger than 12 pounds. I'm putting in my garlic. I am putting in my chopped onions. And I'm going to get my celery in. Now as I said, even if you're going to use a different pound, a different weight than mine is nearly 8 pounds. Just Google it, sous vide, turkey. Put in how much yours weighs. Hen, put in how much yours weighs. And find out what's the right amount of cooking time that you need to cook yours on. I've got some smoked paprika here, and it's going to give it nice color, but it also is going to give it some flavor. Smells so good already. So this is brown, and now I'm going to put my stovetop in it, and for my amount that I'm making, I'm going to use this entire package. If you're making a bigger bird, you may want to use more meat, more of the stuffing. Just you'll have to determine based on the size of your bird. But if it's in the vicinity of my bird, this will work just fine. So I'm putting in 1 can of cream of chicken soup, and I'm putting in an egg here. Now I can already tell that this 1 egg is not going to be enough, so I'm going to put in a second egg. And this egg is really just a binder, because I don't want all of my stuffing falling apart. I want it to hold together. So I'm just putting these eggs in here to kind of make these hold together. Now let's go back and find that hen. Where was that turkey at? We're going to stuff it. Now there it is. This is a lot of meat. So I am going to have to season this meat because I want mine to be good. I put on some salt and I put on some garlic powder. And I am using also some smoked paprika, some of the same spices right here on the inside of the turkey and the outside because I want it to be good. I like to season my meat, don't you? So I am rubbing and working all of this seasoning in. Now, and I'm going to turn it over and do, oh my goodness. Well, I'm being quite gentle with the meat there. But anyway, I'm going to get all these seasonings, same seasonings on the back side. Now, sous vide is good because you could, have you ever gone into a real nice restaurant and ordered a steak and they got it out in about 10 or 15 minutes? Well, chances are they had that steak already sous vide. So what they had to do is just take it, pop it on the grill, turn it over on the grill, and it's voila, it's ready. So you see what I mean about you want your stuffing to sort of stick together so it's not all over the place, because this can get a little messy. I've got my gloves on here because I don't want it all up under my nails. The camera is at a bad angle. Shame. But what I want you to see is how I'm stuffing these legs. I am putting so much stuffing into these legs because I want whatever piece you get to have a lot of the stuffing and a lot of the good meat inside it. Have you ever eaten something and then you get something with a certain thing in it and it's really good, but you get another piece and it has nothing in it? And I've never liked that. I like everything to have the same amount of meat in it. So if you cut a leg, if you cut where the wing is, if you cut whatever you cut, you're going to get this good meat on the inside of stuffing. So I think I have it just about like I want it. I don't think I can get it any fuller. I'm showing you here some kitchen twine or some butcher's twine. It's just a twine that you use in the kitchen to secure whatever you're trying to secure. And today I'm securing this hen. So I have a needle, the upholstery needle that I don't use for upholstery because I don't do upholstery. I use it for doing stuff like this. It's a bigger needle, and so you can have no problem threading that twine through it. Give me a skewer. Okay, so I am going to just skewer this together to kind of hold this together because this is a lot of stress on this skin. Now, it won't be if you don't pack yours so tight. But now you know me, so I'm going to pack mine really tight because I want a lot of meat. I want it to be full. I want every slice to have a lot of meat. So I'm going to stuff mine real tight. My son is tying the legs for me together while I hold them because even tying those legs is going to give it a little bit of strength so that there's not so much stress and pressure on the skin. Now, the skin will tear if it gets to be too much pressure on it, but I know how to just do it just about right. I've done this before. Yeah, I've been to this rodeo before. So I'm going to go ahead and start back sewing it together. But I'm still being careful because I don't want my skin to tear. If my skin tears or the stuffing starts to pop out and it's bursting out, it's going to ruin my presentation. It's going to ruin what I'm doing here. And you know, we've been sort of quarantined and we've been in for a while, and we know that for Thanksgiving it's not good to have a lot of people over. This is going to be my first time since in years and years and years not cooking for a lot of people or not having a lot of people. So what I'm going to do for us, just going to make it real special. Going to have a turkey that is special. Going to be a little something to talk about. Hey y'all, give them something to talk about when you cook. And this will do it. Because people are going to be saying, how'd you do this? How'd you do this? If it's just family and they never seen you do this before, they're going to be like, oh, it's so good. It is so good. How did you ever do this? So these stitches are down the back. So it's going to be laying over on the other side. Belly side up. Oh man. Actually, this is a lot of fun. You know, it's a good way to get somebody in the kitchen to help you because it can get a little messy and you need another hand to just hold a part for you while you're working. And so that could be your child. It could be your son. Little boys love to do this. Don't leave him out just because he's a boy. Let him get in here and play with this food with you. Get your man to help you. Get your woman to help you. Get a friend, get a foe, but get somebody to help you. They're going to think you are amazing. They're going to look at what you're doing. I guarantee they've never seen anybody do this before in their house. They're going to be like, look at you. Oh my God, this looks so good. How did you ever come up with this? So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get twine around this little girl because she is getting so full. And so we're gonna kind of stick this on her to hold her together so she don't pop. Giving her a waistline, holding those legs together. Oh yeah. Can't ruin the presentation. You gotta look good, girl. Get on into that bag. So we're putting her into the bag we're gonna sous vide in. This is the water. It's already at about 150 degrees. And my son is lowering her into the water. And then once she gets in the water, he's pushing the air out of the bag and closing the bag. Also covering the container with some plastic. I don't know why he's not using the lid, but okay, he's using the plastic. And there she is in the water. And in this case, I left her in here for over 6 hours. I held her that long at 150 degrees. Now she's out, and I have peeled back the paper. Just want you to see her. The juices are in the paper. I'm going to be making some beautiful gravy with those juices. So I want you to unwrap her, save the juices, place it under the broiler. And you got to stand right there with it until you can turn it over and let it brown on all sides. It won't be in there but a few minutes, honey. Oh, look at that. Now, don't you think this gives them something exciting? Oh, man. Oh, my family, they're going to love it. Most of all, Meso's going to love it. Oh, it's so, So I got all this. You cut your strings off before you take it to the table. It's going to hold together because it's cooked that way. Now, look at this. Look. Oh, my goodness. This is what we've been waiting on. This is what it's all about. This is hen, turkey, supreme, at its best. This is an entree that'll knock your socks off. Don't matter what else you put with it. This right here, this is a masterpiece, baby. This is what it's all about. So I've gone ahead and plated it up. And now we're going to be tasting. Look at that gravy that I made with those juices. Oh, boy. But I got some macaroni and cheese, and I'm going to taste this macaroni and cheese. Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. Now, see, I'm doing a voiceover right now, and I am looking at this. It is about 3 in the morning, and this is making me hungry. Oh, my God. Look at that gravy. Look at that gravy. Oh, my. Yeah, it's making me hungry. Sometimes Meso does that. I will be like very late at night editing, and then I'm looking at this, and then I am starving. I'm like, did I have any leftovers? Like, oh my God. Oh man, that rice is good. And these are my turnip greens. So I thought this meal was a nice little put together. Don't they look good? Don't they good? So also I went on and made a few little angel biscuits. And wait a minute. I did this deliberately. I tasted everything else first because I know you guys are like, taste that hen, and the sausages. But look at this sausage, baby. Oh, I remember it well. Oh. Get it on up in the camera now. Come on, let me see it. Ta-da! Ooh. Oh, so wonderful. Wonderful. Oh, man. But I'll be making it soon. I'll be making it again soon. For the holidays, that's what we're doing. It's how we're doing it. I can hardly stop eating this. Yes. We need a special treat, don't you think? Man, we can't get out. We can't do much. Things are so different now. Yeah, we need something special. These are the angel biscuits I was telling you about. Now, I got that recipe, a couple of them right here. A couple of angel biscuit recipes. They're sweet. They're easy to make. They got yeast in them, but they're very simple to make. Don't be intimidated because they're really simple. You don't have to do any extra kneading and all that stuff. They're really, really simple. Y'all, it's good. Meso, what you think? I'm waiting on that thumbs up. You gonna give it? Ah, here it comes. 100. Big 10, this is A-OK. Meso loves it. You're going to love it too. Hey, cook it for your family. Make this for the holidays. Baby, they're going to think you are a rock star. Why haven't you given this to us before? When can we have it again? That's what they're going to be saying to you. Hey guys, if you like my channel, subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you'll know every time I put up a new video. Give me a thumbs up. Share my videos wherever you're active on social media. And remember to leave me some comments because I like hearing from you. Hey guys, I know we're all going through something. This is a tough time until we get through all this COVID-19 stuff. But believe one thing is for sure, God is bigger than COVID. And we will be getting through it. We'll get to the other end and everything is going to be okay. So just hold on to your peace. Stay walking in love, baby. And come back and see me real soon, okay? Bye-bye.